Today, college football is officially back. This is the Slater Report podcast. Hey everyone, I'm your host, Braden Slater. College football is officially back today, Thursday, August 28th. Sorry about the delay for a couple of days, had a personal problem. Anyway, it works out because I've started out on the big day, the first day of college football, not including last Saturday, week 0. But yeah, college football, we got some games every day, all the way up and through Sunday. A lot of football to talk about. And also, after last week's episode, first week's episode, there were some audio problems. I got that fixed. Alright, so let's jump right in to our game of the week. Texas versus Ohio State. Number 1, Texas. Arch Manning. Yeah, number 1 versus number 3, Ohio State, defending national champion at 3. But they've also lost some pretty key players from last year, and it's not really much of veteran players on Ohio State this year. So, the game, Saturday, 11 o'clock off Fox. Big noon Saturday, yeah. Who wants a Texas versus Ohio State? A 1 versus 3. Doesn't even matter the team name. 1 versus 3 is at 11 o'clock. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, big noon kickoff. Yeah, thank you. Thank you a lot. If I haven't said it already, thank you. Alright, yeah, clearly I'm not happy about it. It should be prime time, 6:30. I want to see the shoot late at night. It's a fun atmosphere late at night. It's terrible that it took away from us. Anyway, Ohio State fans will show up, be loud. Texas fans travel well too, so they'll be sure to be down there as well. But I'll talk more about this game later on the show in my prediction. But I got some headlines for you. Starting off with Michigan announced a starting quarterback. Yeah, and I forgot to take away his background. Yeah, on his profile picture. Yeah, rookie mistake, I guess, or I'm still in preseason mode, or preseason form, I guess. But yeah, true freshman Bryce Underwood is now gonna be the starting quarterback for Michigan on Saturday against New Mexico. Well, he's got 1 week to figure it out because he's got Oklahoma the next week. And who knows where Oklahoma is, but I have a lot of high hopes for Oklahoma this year. Also, the SEC is moving to 9 games. 9 conference games starting in 2026 next season. Yep, each team will face each other at least 2 years. Every opponent home and away for over 4 years. SEC teams are still required to schedule at least one additional high-quality non-conference opponent from the ACC, Big Ten, or Big 12 conference or Notre Dame. And I think in 2027, it will be the Pac-12 will be added once the Pac-12 adds all their new members as well. That'll be funny to see. Texas. I saw that Texas State is joining the Pac-12 in the future. That'll be funny to see a Kentucky versus Texas State, and it counts as one of their, even though it's a cupcake team. You know, it may look like a cupcake game, it will count as a big game for Kentucky, or something like that. Also, Army will be selling alcohol beverages during football games at their stadium tomorrow against Tehran State. Yep. Yeah, I don't even, they're terrible. I'm expecting Army, as great as they had a season last year, I'm expecting it to continue tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Army and Navy to both dominate or go pick up right where they left off last year. And my last one for the week, the Pac-12 extending a new media deal with the CW through the 2030 through 31 season. So it'll include 13 regular season games, football games, 35 men's games, men's basketball, 15 women's basketball, with a total of 16 games annually on the CW network. Alright, we did have a game last week. We did on Saturday. It was number 22 Iowa State versus number 17 Kansas State. And boy, was it a game! Iowa State showed out. Kansas State had some problems early on, but hey, both teams actually struggled. It was a defensive game to start the game, but in the fourth quarter, I think the offense settled in, which is usual for a first game. But yeah, fourth quarter, the offense took over. Iowa State had more control over it, winning 24-21. I am 1-0, baby! Yeah! Starting off the new season right. Everyone thought Kansas State was going to win this game. They might even win the Big 12. Nah. I really predicted the winner of this game very likely could win the Big 12. And I had Iowa State winning. And sure enough, Iowa State won. And I stand by my statement. Iowa State is going to win the Big 12. Likely. Or go to the Big 12 championship game. That was great defense. They had Ashley Johnson nowhere to go. I mean, and the offense gathered in conference teams, I guess. Championship find ways to win games. They got their offense back together. They figured things out and got it rolling in the fourth quarter and won. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and our player of the week. Yeah, the player of the game. Yeah, Roku Beckett, he might be he put him in the Heisman race, I guess. Passing for 1428, 50%, not bad. 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he got sacked 4 times. Not bad, but first game jitters is out of the way. All right. I fixed it this time. I remember what it was doing last week. You all could hear it. I couldn't hear it in my headset. I got it fixed. It is upset alert time. All right. Here we go. UNLV. Oh, yeah. Guess who the head coach for UNLV is? Oh, yeah, that one analyst from ESPN for college football final. Yeah, he's back at coaching, and his debut got off to a rough start against Idaho State, but did finish it with a win. UNLV won 38-31 over Iowa State. Now this next game, not much of an upset, but Kansas did blow out Fresno State 31-7. I've put it on my upset graphic mainly because probably the line on it was small and Kansas shattered it. Oh my goodness, Kansas came ready to play, but Fresno State, we'll have to see how next week turns out to see how Fresno State plays. And I don't remember who Kansas next game. Oh yeah, Wenger. Oh yeah, Kansas is going to dominate them as well. So Kansas is going to start the season off 2-0. Very likely. And oh yeah, Western Kentucky beats Sam Houston 41-24. Yeah. Yep, good win for Western Kentucky. And then, oh yeah, play the upset alert music again because Hawaii has beaten Stanford. Hawaii beat Stanford. Hawaii beat Stanford, which is actually kind of hilarious. It's on a kicker that from Japan. Hey, I lived in Japan. Yeah, the story on this is weird. You'll have to go to ESPN to get the full story, but here's a quick summary. Yeah, he's from Japan. He visited American on vacation, went to an NFL game. He watched the kicker, was like, I want to learn how to do that. So we went back home to the mainland. He watched YouTube tutorial videos on how to kick. Then he moved to, I don't remember where they said he moved to, but somewhere on American soil, learned the English language, got us a position at Hawaii. First field goal ever. It's the game-winning field goal against Stanford, a Power 5 school, ACC school. Yes, Stanford is ACC 23-20. And, I guess let's do overrated and underrated time. Yep, here we go. Overrated and underrated. Here we go. UNLV at Idaho State. 38-31. Yeah, that is UNLV is overrated for week 0. You're 30-plus overdog. You were expected to win this game 30-plus, and you only won it by a touchdown? Are you kidding me? Also, Iowa State, I know I had them favored, but they were well underrated heading to Kansas State, I guess. I don't know. But Iowa State figured out Kansas State. We're really at the Big 12. I actually just realized this. It's not just Iowa State. I forgot I was going to do an Iowa State and Kansas graphic. It's really just the Big 12. I'm going to take Iowa State off of that. Yeah. Now that I realize. It's Iowa State and Kansas. The Big 12 was underrated week 0. Woo! Oh yeah, and Kansas, new renovated stadium looks like a bird cage. It looks really cool. Blew out Fresno State on that one. Alright. I need to rest my voice for a second, so let's look at my preseason rankings from last week. Alright, let's look at some NFL preseason rankings. Look at my rankings real quick. Here we go. Alright, let's start off at the bottom. Vanderbilt, number 25. Yes, I have them ranked. Kansas State at 24. I got Iowa State at 23. Tennessee at 22. Ole Miss at 21. Now, keep in mind, I made my preseason rankings about towards the end of July, maybe. So I've actually made, in my head, I've made a few adjustments to it as I've seen injury reports, some fall camp reports, and actually, as of this moment, I actually have Kansas State and Iowa State flipped at the moment. But, hey, we'll find out Saturday which one's the better team. Also, some of you are like, why do you have Tennessee this slow? Yeah, they don't have that quarterback anymore. But why in the world is Ole Miss this slow? They're in the SEC. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, yeah, I think I have Ole Miss a little low. I think I have Ole Miss a little low, but, we'll just see how the SEC goes. It's just week 1. I got Miami at 20, Auburn 19, Illinois 18, Nebraska at 17, and Texas Tech at 16. Some of you, Nebraska didn't even get a vote in the AP or the coaches poll. I have them at 17. I think Rudolph is doing an amazing job this year. I think they're going to be underrated. I'm not saying they're going to win the Big Ten. They're going to be competitive. They're going to win some games you would not expect. And I'm doing this off the top of my head now, but yeah, I'm kind of doing freelancing, but yeah, pulling up Nebraska's schedule right now. First game, well, they have Cincinnati next Thursday. Yep, and neutral site game. Neutral site game. It is Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, mixed in, blah blah blah. And then next season, I think they can beat Cincinnati. Obviously, Akron, beatable. Houston Christian, beatable. Michigan, a big game, 2:30 on CBS. That might be the Big Ten game of the week. I don't know. September 20th. I don't know. I have to look and see what big games are on September 20th, but I might put that on game of the week. Let's see. We got Florida and Miami might actually be a big one too. Yeah. Going down the list. Auburn, Oklahoma. Okay. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Yeah, Michigan, Nebraska might be the game of the week. Florida, Miami is actually pretty big too. Yeah, between those two. And then Michigan State, winnable. Maryland, winnable. Minnesota, winnable. Northwestern, winnable. USC, winnable. UCLA, winnable. Penn State, probably not going to win. Iowa, winnable. I really only see 2 or 3 losses on Nebraska's schedule. Yeah, and as an Oklahoma fan, they are the rivals of Oklahoma. Wish we would play them again. Totally beat the crap out of them. Yeah. Nebraska is going to be a dangerous team this year. And also, they got a pretty easy schedule in the Big Ten as well. Number 15. I'm doing the trend of, I picked up the trend where you win the national championship, you fall off the radar down the rest of the season. I'm already looking ahead. Ohio State's already losing their top players this year. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be the Michigan and they're going to do what Michigan, LSU, TCU, Clemson have done the last couple of years. Ohio State will jump right back up. Not to start, not this year. They might bounce right back up this year. They got a lot of young talent. I have them at 15. South Carolina at 14. I like how South Carolina doing. 13. I got Arizona State. Yeah, they don't have their running back anymore. I have them a little low, but I have a little high hope for them. Alabama at 12. BYU at 11. On to my top 10. A&M 10. Notre Dame 9. Georgia 8. Oklahoma at 9. And Oregon at 6. Yeah, I have a lot of... I think this might be A&M's year to completely fall apart once again. It's going to be classic Notre Dame season. But hey, I think they're going to finish the season in the top 10. Notre Dame's not going to be too bad. Not going to be too bad. Georgia, hey, they could win the SEC. Oklahoma, they could win it too. They got a good talented team. Underrated. Oregon, they could. They could run it back. I don't think so. Probably not that great. And in my top 5, Texas at 5, Florida at 4, Clemson 3, LSU 2, and Penn State at 1. Most definitely, my number 1 team heading into this year is Penn State. LSU, I'm kind of going back and forth between LSU, Clemson, and Florida. I have them really tied at 2nd. And I got Texas at 5, just because. Yeah, and compare my rankings to the AP rankings, yeah. I actually do not have a group of 5 ranked. The highest group of 5 I have is that could potentially go to the playoff is Navy. Yeah, I have them just out of my watch list. I have them in my bubble list, really, for my rankings. But AP has Boise State. Okay, they did have the Heisman, but it's yeah, I don't think they played the Mountain West. During the Mountain West, I mean, they're winnable, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Tennessee at 24 AP. Texas Tech a little lower than I thought they should be, but hey, they're in there. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, there's Kansas. I knew Kansas State was higher up in there somewhere. There they are. I was like trying to figure out which one was up. Iowa State 22, Kansas State 17. Obviously this Saturday. Indiana 20, A&M 19, Oklahoma 18. SMU's in there. I don't think we're going to have the miracle SMU season in the ACC like we had last year. LSU is at 9, Alabama 8, Oregon 7, Ohio State at 3, Clemson 4, Penn State 2. It was one of the closest 1 and 2 in AP vote history. I think it was like, what? I think it was separated by 5 points, I think. South Carolina's at 13, Michigan 14. Oklahoma and Michigan's going to be set up real nicely as well. Let's take a look at my playoffs. Yeah, I need to update. Well, I really need to update my graphic. As you can see that it's not like the teams aren't even lining up correctly. I need to fix this. That is terrible. That is terrible. Yeah, obviously I got heard that Navy's my highest group of 5 team. Even the logos are low quality. What is going on with my graphic here? But yeah, I got Navy versus Texas. Texas wins there. Notre Dame, Georgia, big time game. I got Notre Dame actually winning. BYU versus Oregon. I think Oregon's gonna win that. A&M versus Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma winning. Oklahoma versus LSU. LSU's winning for sure. Clemson beating Oregon. Penn State beating Notre Dame. Although that would be a fantastic game to watch. I think that should be a Rose Bowl game, honestly. Texas and Florida. I think Florida's winning. I got Alabama and Arizona State. I got Alabama left just out of playoffs again. Arizona State gonna be out this time. Sorry, I gotta put BYU. I think BYU is gonna be in it this year. And then I got Clemson, LSU. Oh yeah, give me LSU. I think LSU's got it in the bag this year. And then Penn State, Florida. Penn State, and then Penn State, LSU championship, and then obviously Penn State win the whole thing. Obviously, based on my ranking, I'm not going to go for any upsets, apparently. But AP ranking, let's do this. This is going to be hard. Okay, Boise State versus Georgia. Georgia's winning. LSU versus Alabama. LSU's winning. Arizona State versus Notre Dame. These matchups are kind of sad. LSU, Alabama, we got a regular season. Who wants to watch that again? Maybe if it was close. Arizona and Notre Dame might actually be a good one. But I think Notre Dame's winning. I think Miami can beat Oregon. I got Miami winning. Moving on to the next round. Oh, they got Illinois. South Carolina left just out. Let's see. Can Georgia beat Clemson? No, Clemson's winning. Now, can LSU beat Texas? Yeah, I got LSU beating Texas. Notre Dame beating Ohio State? No. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have LSU and Notre Dame both upsets moving on. And Penn State beats Miami. Let's see here. Clemson versus LSU. LSU's winning. And, Notre Dame versus Penn State. That's going to be quite a game, too, as well. I think I had that in my ranking playoffs as well. Penn State. Again, LSU versus Penn State in this championship game. And, well, all right. All right, let's look at some Thursday Night Football tonight. Number 25, Boise State versus South Florida, 4:30 ESPN. Gonna be a big game for Boise State for sure. They don't have Ashley Jennings anymore, but you expect a team that was in the playoff last year to be to open their season really well, be very competitive. Now, I'm not expecting Boise State to be back in the playoff ride or be great as they were last year. Boise State will be good again this year. I'm not expecting them to fall off the face of the planet like other teams have done, been 1-0. Boise State thought 1-0. Yeah, I got Boise State winning this game, but it will be close. I think Boise State will win this game close. Yeah. I think South Florida will give them a challenge. And then at 6 o'clock on ACC Network, East Carolina versus NC State. This game can go either way. Either it will be a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game. It depends on which side of the football wants to show up. It will be close. I think NC State's going to win this game. About time NC State wins a football game. And then 6 o'clock, Jacksonville State, UCF. Oh, yeah, Scott Frost is right back at UCF. Last time there, they claimed they won the national championship game. Yeah, and Auburn has added 7 more onto that, apparently. Yeah, so UCF probably beats Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State's a good football team, but I think Scott Frost is going to pick up right where he left off from there and win the game. And then 8 o'clock, Nebraska, Cincinnati, the game of the night on Thursday. Boy, is this going to be a big game to watch. Can't wait to watch this one. Nebraska versus Cincinnati. Going to bring up my picks up right now. I'm going with Nebraska to win this game. And my graphic card is off. My graphic is off. It's supposed to be under it. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I have Nebraska winning this game. I think Nebraska is. I think Cincinnati's gonna play them close. They're gonna be really in this game, but in the fourth quarter, Nebraska's gonna take off and win this game. All right, and then Friday, 7 o'clock, Auburn versus Baylor. This is going to really show what Auburn is made of. Are they going to be back competitive in the SEC? Also for Baylor, since Baylor won the Big 12, they've really been at the bottom of the conference. We'll see tomorrow night. The winner of that game is going to be probably not going to win the conference, but have a chance to knock out a good team out, I guess. But I think I might go with I think Auburn to win this game. It will be close. Jackson Arnold, not bad. I heard that yeah, I heard that he is not doing he's not living off to Freeze's expectation. Actually, you wanna know what? I'm changing my pick. I'm going with Baylor. Yeah, sorry about that. I was changing my graphic. I was surprised doing the Lee Corsto thing. Not so fast, my friend. I'm going with Baylor to win this game. Sorry, Jackson Arnold. You didn't look too impressive, Oklahoma. Freeze didn't look too impressed so far. Spring practice, fall camp. So Baylor's winning the game. And then Friday, 7 o'clock, Georgia Tech in Colorado. Easy pick for me. Georgia Tech, Colorado is falling off the place of starting Coach Prime. Your son's not there anymore. You don't have Travis Hunter. You don't really have any good quality players coming in. You're going to be at the bottom of the Big 12. Georgia Tech is winning this game, and Georgia Tech probably going to run, or not really run the ACC, but they're going to have quite a fun time in the ACC. Speaking of the ACC, I got some games this week. Let's break them all down. Saturday, 2:30 on ABC. Number 8, Alabama versus Florida State. Now, here's the thing. Alabama is heavily favored in this game. But Florida State's at home? Yeah, Florida State's at home. And, this all doesn't make sense. Alabama, since Nick Saban retired, Alabama, I mean, they're still going to be a good team, but they're not going to beat the Nick Saban Alabama anymore. Yeah, they're not going to be the Nick Saban Alabama anymore. They're still going to be good. they'll soon make the playoff here and there, but yeah, I don't think Alabama is top 10. I don't think they're 8. And Florida State, yeah, they only got 2 wins last year. Terrible season. No, yeah, I think he regathered things. I saw the recruiting he did, his changes he made. I think Florida State is going to surprise everyone and blow out Alabama. I think Florida State's going to be back, and they're going to jump back in the rankings. I actually almost put Florida State in my rankings. I had them, if Florida State were, or if I went to like 30 in my ranking, I mean, they'll probably be at like 26, 27, somewhere in between 25 and 30. I would have had Florida State in my top 30 for sure. They win this game, oh yeah, they'll probably jump in the top 20, depending on how big they beat Alabama at home. Florida State's gotta win this game. They gotta be back. Also, 6:30 on ABC Saturday, LSU versus Clemson. You saw on my preseason rankings I had LSU at number 2. Well, I also had Clemson at 4. I think I had them at 4. I'm sure I'll have to double check. But yeah, Clemson's pretty much AP. Me pretty much agrees to be Clemson's 4. LSU, a little underrated. They are on the road. Brian Kelly has struggled with road games and finishing close games. Now, it's the first game of the year. I really like Dabo. He's made some great changes to the staff this year and the roster. I really like how they're going to play this year. He said, oh, we're going to be the first team to be 16-0. And just because he said that, Brian Kelly is going to get his first true road win as an LSU head coach. And the first time ever, he's going to say he won a close game. I got LSU winning closely in the fourth quarter. It might be, this game's going to go back and forth. I think it's going to come down to the last play. LSU wins the ball game. And then, Sunday night, North Carolina versus number 10, Miami, 6:30. This game's going to be a really great game to watch. It's going to be, probably going to be the best game we're going to watch on Sunday for a while. Yeah, because NFL's really terrible, scary, scheduling late night games, although I think there is a good Sunday night. I think Baltimore versus the Bills next Sunday. But anyway, yeah, Notre Dame, Miami, Sunday, 6:30, ABC, big one. I'm going to surprise a lot of people with this. Now, Miami, top 10 team. Notre Dame, the runner-up last year. Again, completely different season. Looking at a completely new season here. Miami has been trending up. I like the way that I gotta go. I know hardly anyone shows up to that place, Rock Hard Stadium for Miami fans. Not really a home game for them. They really need their own on-campus stadium, but I mean, it's a cool stadium, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, you have the Orange Bowl, and it's where the Dolphins play, I guess. So yeah. I'm gonna surprise a lot of people here. I'm gonna go with Miami to win this game. I think Miami is gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, just like the LSU Clemson game. It's gonna come down to the wire. Notre Dame might actually lead the whole game, and Miami will probably be not playing catch-up, but every time Notre Dame scores, Miami has an answer. But I think it's going to be a little low scoring, but I think Miami will find a way to end the game on top and win this game. And once again, another ranked versus ranked game that I am picking an upset for. Yeah. This won't go wrong for me, picking every ranked upset. Yeah. And I'm also going with all Lee Corso's teams to win it. Yeah, that won't go wrong for me. Yeah. And then on Monday night, 7 o'clock, ESPN. TCU versus North Carolina. Okay. I've been going back and forth on this game. Now, I've been thinking, this is not going to be a good game. The only reason why they're putting it on this game, this day, probably for Monday night. Oh, look, Bill is coaching again. Monday Night Football. This time in college. First time in college. Okay. I think he's going to be a good coach. But all I'm hearing is Bill Beckham, and his girlfriend, Jordan. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the players. Give me some player names. Give me some content. Well, we're about to find out. Give me some highlights. How I could do first time in college. I gotta say, TCU. I mean, not favored to win the Big 12. Not at the bottom of the Big 12. Kind of average in the Big 12. My expectations for TCU this year. I think TCU is going to give North Carolina a wake-up call. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think TCU is going to surprise everyone. I think it's going to be a really good game, too. I think TCU is going to start off fast, take over, control the game really quickly, and then by halftime, North Carolina, halftime adjustments, will get back in the game. I think North Carolina might win this game. I'm actually think it would be funny. I kind of want TCU to win this game. I think North Carolina might gonna win this game, but I can either go either way. Yeah, I'm kind of picking it right now. I'm gonna go with TCU. I think TCU. Because they're got a head coach more experience with college football, will know how college football plays. I think he'll be like, welcome to college football, Bill. Yep. It'll be a good game, for sure. It'll be a good game, good close game. Alright. Now on to the Big Ten. And I have no idea why it is showing that in the background. Hold on, let me fix this. That is weird. Alright. Oh, I know what it's doing. There we go. I can't believe, was it doing that whole show? Anyway, on to the Big Ten. Alright, here we go. The Big Ten. Alright. Starting off with the late night game. Oh yeah, big late night game, 10 o'clock. Big Ten Saturday on Fox. Utah versus UCLA. This is going to be a big one. Big one because Nico Ameliman is our first game at UCLA after leaving Tennessee. Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of Tennessee fans are staying up late to watch this game. For sure. Utah going to be at the Big 12 talk. Utah, I think it's going to be dominating in this game. I think I got Utah winning this game big. Now, speaking of the Big 12, yeah, that's the only Big 10 game I have to talk about this week. It is mainly going to be about the Big 12 dominating. Well, the Big 12. Here we go. 9:30. Arizona hosting Hawaii. Big game. Hawaii's 1-0 after an incredible game last week. Oh yeah, not gonna last much longer. Arizona probably not gonna be a talk about team in the Big 12. Probably not gonna be very good at all. But I think they're gonna be good enough to beat Hawaii on TNT. Now on to the SEC. The SEC's gonna be fun. Here we go. 11 o'clock. On ABC, Syracuse versus Tennessee. Oh boy, this was going to be a big game. Now, yes, I'm going to do it again. Another ranked team is going to get upset, I'm predicting. Yeah, on the road. I really like how Syracuse was playing last year. Yeah, they started their season off hot last year and then not so well. I think he's learned his lesson. I think they got better talent this year. I think Syracuse is going to come in ready to battle Tennessee. Joe Heupel, good coach, but lost their started QB late in the season. He did. I don't remember what his name is, but he did get a starting quarterback. I don't know. I haven't heard much about him. I don't know if he's going to be any good. I think Tennessee's going to be. Josh Heupel will have Tennessee ready for the SEC football this year by the time SEC football comes around. I don't think Tennessee's going to be quite ready for this one just yet. I think Syracuse is going to come in and surprise and pull off a big upset and probably one of the biggest wins for Syracuse this season. And then Sunday, 2:30, big game. Virginia Tech going to be a big talking point this year, I think, from the ACC. They'll pull off some big gains as well. South Carolina, well, Beamer ball, that's for sure. They dominated the SEC last year. Are they going to do it again this year? Well, we never know with Beamer. I think he will. I think South Carolina's going to win this game. They're going to win it close. Virginia Tech going to give them quite a challenge. But I got South Carolina winning this game. On to the group of 5. Starting off with Northwestern Tulane. Saturday, 11 a.m. ESPNU. I will say this. Northwestern, you're from the Big Ten. Play like it. Tulane, I know they're from the group of 5, but the last 5 years, they play like they're from a Power 5 conference. Tulane, at home, they will show up. Also, Tulane, is, they, were, planning on wearing white uniforms because the same uniforms they wore when they had their hurricane come through and wipe them out, kind of ish. And they had to move to ship it to their state. In their first game, they actually played in Norman against Oklahoma and wore the white shirt. Anyway, they requested to Northwestern, hey, we want to wear white uniforms to honor the anniversary of getting hit by the hurricane. Northwestern said no. Well, when I saw that, I was like, all right, Tulane's winning this game. Northwestern's not even going to score a point. Tulane might win this game 30-plus points. Northwestern won't even get a point on the board. And, oh yeah, Oregon State, I know it's caught as the Pac-12, and, well, it's Pac-12 versus Pac-12, woo, is back! Pac-12 After Dark is back! Saturday, 9:30 ESPN, California versus Oregon State. I like the way Oregon State's been playing the last couple of years. I think they're trending up. California, not that bad last year, but I think it's just a fluke. California is going to be back to be bad this year, I'm predicting. Oregon State gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a Pac-12 After Dark game for sure, and it will give us Pac-12 After Dark things for sure. It will give us all of it. It will be quite a show, quite a battle. I got Oregon State winning this. All right, on to our teams we cover. Starting off with the Jayhawks. Yeah, they play Fresno State. They beat them up 31-7. Oh yeah, here we go. Kansas is 1-0 to start the season, and I'm thinking they're going to start their season off 2-0 because look at who they're playing next. Winger, yeah, Cupcake team. Yeah, they're for sure going to win that game. So let's look at their upcoming schedule. The next week, they got Missouri. That's going to be a big game for sure. That's probably going to be number 2 for number game of the week, followed with Oklahoma and Missouri. Oklahoma and Michigan as number 1. 2:30 on September 6th. And then they got West Virginia. Gonna be a hard one. Cincinnati, depending on how they did against Nebraska, I'm not sure. UCF, that one's gonna be hard. Texas Tech's gonna be hard. So, I gotta say, Kansas starting their season off 2-0. The rest of the schedule looks pretty tough. Big 12 is gonna be quite an open book. All right, number 18, Oklahoma. Got Illinois State on Saturday. How is this new offense gonna look? We'll find out 5 o'clock. ESPN Plus and also the SEC Network Plus. Anyway, this squad is going to be, I think, quite a show. Defense will still be the amazing defense, although I lost some key players and a fresh new look on the defense as well. So, expecting a few mistakes defensively early on the game. But I think once they get them settled in, defense is going to be top on it. Probably force a couple turnovers. Yes, it's an FCS team. And Oklahoma, well, I'm real excited. John Mateer, I think I'm expecting to see him throw the ball deep a bunch. Probably won't show too much of their playbook much. I'm hoping we'll see the running game. The main thing I want to know is, did Oklahoma fix the offensive line, and can we run the ball? I know starting running back, he got a little beat up in practice, so he is sitting out the game. I was told he's sitting out for the game. He may play a few snaps, but he's not starting. They're going to save and rest him for Michigan. But, yeah. And he's a mobile quarterback as well, so I'm sure he'll take off. Oklahoma might win this game with the running game. I'm hoping. But looking up the next coming schedule, Michigan. Oh, yeah. Game of the week. And then a Tipple is probably going to be a challenge as well. I saw that they got a good game. Big win. I think. Did Tipple play week 0? No, I don't think they did. Tipple, no idea where they're at right now. Auburn, well, that's going to be quite a challenge. We'll see how they do against Baylor. And then I spelled Kent State wrong. I just noticed. Forgot the T. I hate it when I do these typos. And Kent State, easy. And then Texas. Oh, yeah. On to the Cowboys. You know, they got a game today? Yeah. Let's see if they can end their 9-game losing streak. I'm sure they will. 6:30 tonight against UT Martin. Go ahead and just flip on through this. They're going to get that W. On to the next game. Oregon, L, Tulsa. Ooh, that's going to be a battle. Baylor, gonna be a battle. Gonna be a game. Arizona, W. Houston, W. I think Oklahoma State's going to head into the season great. I mean, they're gonna have obviously that loss to Oregon. But I gotta say, Oregon's the only loss I really see on here. On this upcoming schedule through September and the beginning of October. So, OSU, I think it's gonna get OSU back on track. Now on to Texas, our game of the week. Yep, big noon kickoff. Texas versus Ohio State. I can't believe this. Okay, so I actually do not know much to expect from this game. I could be completely wrong, but now I know that Ohio State's defending national champion. I know in my rankings that I don't even have Ohio State in my top 10, but I know for sure Ohio State at home at the Shoe does not lose, especially in big-time games like this. Now, Texas, if you throw out the Manning name and just look him as Arch, first time starting as he This is his first time. I'm going to look at this as this. Forget last season, alright? This is his first true start. First time he takes over the team where he knows that he is the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. Alright? That's how I'm going to look at it. Alright? Well prepared. He's probably going to be a little nervous at this game. First true start on the road at the shoe as the #1 team. Yeah, I think a little hype is going on Texas. Now, don't get me wrong. Archer's a good player. I've seen him play. He's good. But his accuracy is not the best. He's not consistent when I was watching last year. Now, maybe he improved over the offseason. I don't know. Maybe there's some things that were hidden. But I just do not see a #1 Texas team. Now, don't get me wrong. Texas, probably a top 10 team. At best, top 15. Texas is going to be great this year. But they're not #1. Ohio State, they're not #3 either. They're not #1. They're going to be a lot better teams this year than these two. But I'll tell you this. Ohio State, they're the better team in this one. I will say that Texas might actually, by the end of the season, Texas might be the better team by the end of the season, but Ohio State is the better team to start the season. And they're also playing at the shoe. Texas will be lucky if they even score. I'll say this. Ohio State defense will be ready. Yeah, it's all about Ohio State's offense that I'm a little nervous about. Texas defense will still be there. This is going to be a low-scoring game. Texas defense will be really good. It is going to be quite a defensive game. I'm going to go with this. And it might be mostly field goals in this game. I think Ohio State might win this 24-10. Yeah, Ohio State might win this game 24-10. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. All right, let's look at Texas' upcoming schedule. Well, they win this game, great. Yay. Big win for them. They lose, well, they have St. Joe State to fall back on. UTSA to fall back on. Sam Houston. So I think after Ohio State, the winner or lose, I think Texas is going to be just fine because it's not until October until their season starts. So they got plenty of time to fix any problems Arch Manning has. Look at the Golden Hurricanes of Tulsa. Albany Christian. I think that's who they're playing next. Hold on. Let me pull this up. I don't even think that's who Tulsa is playing. I think my schedule thing got messed up. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is who they're playing. Sorry. There's so many college football teams. I forgot who everyone is playing. Yeah, Albany Christian. Tulsa, don't know where they stand. But they're gonna win this game. Tulsa, I think is gonna win this game. Albany Christian, sorry, but yeah. Tulsa, you're winning. And let's look at their upcoming schedule. Will it be their only win of the year? Well, they got New Mexico State. Okay. It's going to be challenged. Navy, L. Oklahoma State, L. Tulane, L. Memphis. That one might be okay. But I haven't really, as Tulsa is one of the teams we cover, I haven't really even looked at Tulsa yet. So I'm just going based off of history, which is bad. That is bad. You do not do it based off of previous season and history in college football because teams change by year. So Tulsa, wide open. Breaks wide open for me. Yeah, alright. Let's look at some fan content. Yeah, let's look at some of the best memes we saw over week 0. Oh, yeah. from Oklahoma. If I send this to you, that means I am locked and loaded for the college football season. And also, if he actually does it on the field, that is a penalty now. Also, as a Jayhawk fan, it was a great weekend for you. Yeah, Kansas wins. Check. New stadium looks stellar. Check. First true home win game since 2023. Check. Sold out crowd. Check. K-State loose. Check. Oh yeah, I'll talk about this later. Yeah, Kansas State starting quarterback father and brother get into a fist fight after the game. Check. What a successful week for Kansas in week 0. Couldn't get any better than that. What a weekend for Kansas fans. Probably not going to last much longer once the Big 12 schedule starts. Also, 40% of players for the Ireland game, yeah, needed a passport. Yeah, Iowa State had to ship over 2,500 pounds of food and 1,800 gallons of Gatorade. Kansas State started planning back in 2024 for this travel. Also, here's the first turnover of the season. A muff punt. Ha, ha, ha. Also, who needs hash marks? It was raining so hard, they forgot how paint works. Yeah, it was not. And then they tried to fix it at halftime, and it still didn't do anything. This is the same image, by the way, but you get the point. I don't have another picture from the second half, but it pretty much looked the same thing. Also, we also had college football doing college football things, controversy call, and yeah, it's hard to tell with the lines. Yeah, we can only tell based off the officials what they actually saw. Saw this already. I think it glitched. I had another meme there. I don't know what it was. Also, first rushing touchdown by a running back since September 23rd, 2023 versus Arizona for Stanford. And they still lost this game. All right. Getting towards the end of the show. If you haven't already seen, I released the brand Slater released a brand new website called Sports SWAT. Find your team, true home, later on this year. If you want to know, if you're wanting to put off a if you want to paint, sorry, I've come doing this off the top of my head, trying to produce this new company anyway, new website. But let's say you want to paint your wall, your kid's wall, your team's favorite color, and you want to do the exact color of your team. Well, you do a quick search of your team, find their exact color. Yeah, if you want paint color. And then go to your local store, give them that code, and you can get the exact code. Or if you're making a graphic, if your team made a big win or whatever, and you want to celebrate their favorite color, you want to make a shirt or any kind of merch of your team's favorite color, easily just search for your team and you got it. Website coming later this year. All right. My underdog game of the week is glitching again. Alright. Underdog game of the week is the Syracuse, Tennessee. Yep. Tennessee is 24.5 point favorite in this game. Syracuse. Not only are they going to win this game, they're going to cover. Not only are they going to cover, they're going to win this game. Yeah, that's what I meant. And the game of the week, that is not the game of the week. It's It's supposed to show, this one, yeah, Texas, Ohio State. Oh yeah, who am I gonna pick to win this game? Here we go. My pick'em for this week is Ohio State. Picking Ohio State to win this game. Yeah, I'm picking Ohio State to win this game. Oh, there it is. It's glitching sometimes. Alright, yeah. I'm picking Ohio State to win this game. Close one, you already saw. I actually predicted it earlier. I guess it's no surprise on that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your week. College football is back. I'll be back next Tuesday to review the full first weekend of college football. And I'll see y'all next time. This podcast